Do you need to add vendors into your QuickBooks Online? Here's the deal. Details matter. If you want your business to be really successful, and you want to be able to analyze where's your money going, you want to know what you're spending, you want to be able to make improvements to your bottom line, take home more money as a business owner, it's kind of a critical thing. Those details matter. So in this video, OTA team member Matt is going to answer some questions, give an explanation on why this is really critical for your business's success. Check it out.
Matt here from our team accounting. Duh, this is a no-brainer. Why do we record vendor names? Probably the most important reason is when we're pulling reports at the end of every month, quarter, year, we can see just how much money you have spent using certain vendors. You're going to, you do a lot of traveling with work and you're using a lot of gas. We might see a lot of expenses with the Shell or Chevron. So when we pull a report, we can search by those vendors and we can see how much money you actually spent with that vendor. Another reason why we want to record vendor names is it's easy to spot unusual spending with your business, right? If normally you spend this amount of money each month on business and travel meals, but then we pull a report for a certain month and we see it's 10 times its normal average. Well, that's something we want to let our clients know when we're working on their end of months. Without recording vendor names, it would be pretty impossible to try to find some of those outliers. Another reason why recording vendor names is important is if you're looking to cut costs within your business, right? You're able to see where your money's actually being spent. For example, a lot of businesses use Amazon nowadays. If we're pulling a report with Amazon and we see this business is spending a ton of money on supplies and materials using Amazon, it's something we may want to let our client know. And if they're looking to cut costs, well, hey, they have it in the report. Another reason we want to record vendor names is at the end of each year, when you have to file 1099s for certain vendors, well, we have a detailed way of knowing how much money a certain business is using, right? So if we never recorded the vendor name, it'd be very, in 1099 season is always pretty busy. But if we didn't have the vendor names recorded, it would make our jobs as bookkeepers and your job as a business owner pretty tough. Another reason we record vendor names, as bookkeepers, we can search by vendor in the search tool to find which category we're putting all these expenses in, right? So like if I go back to the gas example I was talking about earlier, right? I see that the vendor is Chevron. Well, it's easy to categorize that as, fuel and gas expense. Or Amazon, a lot of businesses use Amazon for supplies and materials within their business. Without recording vendor names, it makes it a lot harder to categorize, and that therefore making your books maybe not as clean as they should be or as accurate. There's also a pretty cool tool in QuickBooks. It's called the transaction list by vendor name. And I use that a lot when I'm working on certain clients' books. By recording vendor names, we can use this tool to filter transactions by vendor, date, the amount of money spent, etc. So it makes our job as bookkeepers easier, and it keeps businesses' books way more organized. This is a no-brainer. Do we record vendor names? Yes, we record vendor names with every transaction we book using QuickBooks.
If you're interested in any other tips and tricks about accounting, then please check out one of our other videos right over here.